My name is Bill Wootters. I'm in the physics department at Williams College, and I want to say a few words about research. Thinking about my research over the past 27 years that I've been here. As I look back over these years, it's pretty easy to identify those times when my research has gone very well, and easy to identify times when it hasn't gone so well, and it's also easy to see a correlation. The times when it's gone well are the times when I've been in frequent contact with other physicists. So there were a couple of years when I was frequently traveling down to IBM's Watson Research Center, just a couple of hours south of here, and those were years when I was able to get a lot done in research. And it's because when you're in contact with other researchers, then ideas just bounce off people. Someone will say, oh, that reminds me of something that I read in the literature recently, and then that will remind someone else of it, something else, some other idea. And in this way, you quickly get to interesting avenues to explore. And you can also quickly rule out bad ideas. The times when it hasn't been so good, when research hasn't gone so well, have been a couple of sabbaticals I can think of, when I started out the year with some great idea, some idea that I thought was really great, and I said to myself, I'm going to spend the sabbatical working on this idea by myself, and that will give me complete freedom to explore whatever promising ideas seem to come up. But in fact, those years have been unproductive. I'll work away on something for months and then realize, oh no, that was a bad idea. And then at the end of the year, I might have a little paper to publish that registers approximately 0 on the Richter scale of science. And so I've learned now that it really helps, at least for me, to just be in contact with other people. And I have one other thought about research. It's more idiosyncratic, I think, about my own research and what has kept me interested in doing research over the years. And that is that I always like to have in the back of my mind, and it's usually not written down in the introductions to research papers, but just in the back of my mind, some connection between whatever research I'm doing and some certain kind of vague but deep philosophical problems in physics. Questions that I don't write down. Questions like, what's behind the equations of quantum mechanics? Why does nature work this way? Or even, what's the nature of space? What's the nature of time? If I can find a connection between what I'm working on, which is usually actually quite far removed from those questions, but some connection between my research and these deep-sounding questions, that really keeps me going. And I know that other researchers don't do that. Other physicists don't necessarily do that, because there are interesting physics questions in their own right that don't connect to these philosophical questions. But for me, this has worked. It continues to work for me.